Hello and welcome to another episode of Comics, etc. This is our first episode back from our special episode. If you haven't watched it, you probably should. Or you shouldn't.
Anyway, you may notice it's just the two of us again. No Red King. He is off at Comic-Con enjoying himself, partying with the cosplayers, maybe cosplaying as himself. It's the best cosplay to go as.
That's what I did last year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did everyone get it?
No, I think it went over their head.
That's a shame. Since it is just the two of us tonight, we're going to go back to doing the 3 reviews each for you, and then, of course, our all-time favorite series, and as we're sure it is yours, New 52, Future's End.
We got a doozy today.
You don't want to miss it.
With that being said, let us begin.
And bring the action. That's how the song goes, right?
Hey! Alright, guys and gals.
So, my first comic that I'm going to be doing a review for is Batman Eternal. Written by Snyder, Tinian, Fox, Layman, Seeley, and drawn by Dustin Nguyen, who is an amazing artist. Now, let me start off with the art. Dustin Nguyen is one of my favorite artists of all time. The art is great. Look at the cover. That is a sample of his art right there.
It's sleek. It's very stylized. I think his style isn't exactly the DC House style. It's definitely got more of a cartoony feel to it, and I think it really works. Some of my favorite Batman arcs are the ones written by Paul Dini and illustrated by Dustin Nguyen. All of them look at their prime when they're being drawn by him. He's been on the last 2 issues of Batman Eternal. I believe he'll probably be on a couple more just because I know how popular of an artist he is, and I don't think Batman Eternal was struggling, but I think it'll definitely bring a little bit more attention to it because people are so fond of his work. They'll gravitate to whatever he does. As for the actual story, I'm really enjoying it. Unlike another weekly title I'm picking up from DC, even if right now I'm wondering the path Red Robin is following, what he's looking into with Harper tagging along with him. Batgirl's quest to find out who's framed her father, supernatural elements, even though they feel very disparate right now, it feels much more natural. One of the storylines, the supernatural one, the characters that it's focusing on as investigating the supernatural element are the Spectre, Jim Corrigan, and Batwing, who's I think Lucius Fox right now. I haven't picked up any of the Batwing storyline. I wasn't too sure whether it would be something that I would enjoy or not. But from this, I'm thinking I might give it a chance, because I'm really liking his characterization here. I'm really liking his interactions with the Spectre. I'm really glad to see the Spectre. I've always liked Jim Corrigan. I don't know why. It's just sort of a character I've always gravitated towards. Batman Eternal, I think, is just giving the writers a little more breathing room to focus on some of the extra characters in the Bat universe. We're seeing Batgirl. We're seeing the Red Hood. We're seeing Batwoman, Red Robin. We're seeing Harper become Bluebell, as they hinted at in Batman number 28. We're seeing Spoiler develop. We're seeing all of these characters building in a more organic sort of Bat setting. And then the reintroduction of some characters like Lieutenant Bard, I'm still thinking it's fantastic. He's obviously got some sort of a dark something to him. Like, he's doing what's best for Gotham, but he's much more intense than Gordon is. On one hand, that is something that I think Gotham needs right now. On the other hand, it makes you wonder, how far is he willing to go? Is he going to be trusted down the line? Because again, I've said it before, I think Gotham itself is a great character, and I think all these things happening in Gotham make for a really great read. With this, I'm more concerned every week with how the read is going to be as opposed to where it's going to go. You can tell everything is very important. It was a really great read. Batman Eternal number 16. I'm actually going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm sure I should rank it lower. I'm sure there were some problems with it, but it was such a great read. I enjoyed it so much. If you like Batman at all, if you like any of the side characters at all, if you want to see Gotham develop, pick it up.
Alright, so for my first review, I'm going to talk about a title that, ever since it was announced, I've been super stoked for. It is Storm. Storm is now the headmistress of it's the Jean Grey Institute of Higher Learning, I think. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So, this actually had a little less X-Men than I really thought it would, but I'm liking it so far. The art, it's really good. It's appropriate. Don't really know exactly what they're going to do with the story, but I think it's going to be a little more, political. It's not going to be so much whoa, time-traveling Cable from 3 other dimensions united into a giant being that shoots laser beams out of its index fingers and wants to take Storm because she, for some reason, can be a conduit, and like transform everything. I don't think it's going to go there. It's going to be more the political happenings of mutants in general, because she's been one of the most important mutant characters in all of the Marvel Universe. She's been in a relationship with Thor. She was married to T'Challa? T'Challa. Thank you, disembodied voice off screen.
You're welcome.
This comic I thoroughly enjoyed. I am so happy Storm finally has her own line. I'm going to be picking it up no matter what happens. But this issue, I will give a 8 out of 10 because it shows a lot of promise. It didn't disappoint me. It didn't hype itself up, and it didn't disappoint.
Alright, so the next title I'm doing is another DC title. I'm not entirely sure if the title is G.I. Zombie or if the full title is Star Spangled War Stories, featuring the premiere of G.I. Zombie. I don't think it matters. Either way, G.I. Zombie, number one. I will say right off the bat, my biggest complaint about this issue is that the art doesn't look like this. This is just the cover. I was really disappointed because I was really hoping. This is so unlike the art style of all of DC's other books. It's got a much closer look to like the Dark Horse Mike Mignola, or the artist for Hellboy. Baltimore series. I love his art style. The stylings of it, if you can see it here, it's much darker, it's much grittier. I kind of like that. But this isn't the way it looks. It's actually a much more realistic art style inside. But it actually works really well with the story. Once I got reading, wow, I'm surprised DC is making another attempt with Soldier Story, first off, because when DC started the New 52, they released a whole line of soldier-oriented stories. All of them were canceled. So to go on a limb and start up another one again, it's like it's a big risk. But it was a really good first issue. I mean, you get exactly what you're promised out of this G.I. Zombie. He's a zombie, and they take full advantage of that. It's amazing. The character, Jared, I believe is his name, the zombie, super interesting. I'm wondering just how much this zombieism has affected him. There's a panel where he attacks someone and begins to feed on them a little bit, but then he reins himself in. I'm wondering if he is a typical zombie. I'm wondering what the parameters for his zombiness are. I'm wondering if it's going to tie in really to the rest of the DC universe, or it's going to be a little bit more self-contained. I'm just wondering to see where the story goes. Obviously, we're not given everything at once. We're just introduced to the characters and the lengths that they're willing to go to achieve their mission that they've been given. But overall, I thought it was a really good, solid first issue. If you like zombies, if you like soldier stories, anything like that, you should definitely look into it. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. I would have given it higher if the art was this art. But it wasn't.
So for my second review, I'm going to be doing something that, 10 out of 10. Just want to say that. Alright, now let's actually get to the review. Batman Beyond! I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm kind of iffy on Batman Beyond. I mean, sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not so much. I love Batman Beyond. So, this issue actually ends the current arc in which, spoiler alert, the Justice Lords are back. If you don't know who the Justice Lords are, you should probably watch Justice League. It was a good show. I don't know why you didn't. So, again, the artwork for this series, I love it. Batman Beyond portion, very stylized. It's very similar to the old Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond, Timverse, all that. Looks nice. I like it. The Justice League one, a little more mainstreamy, but still has that feeling of Batman Beyond. Love it. I already said 10 out of 10, but the thing that really sells me on this is the next arc. It's going to be Return of the Phantasm. I'm so happy. Ah! So 10 out of 10.
So I'm going to apologize right now. This review might not be coherent. This last one was a new title from Image. It's a continuation, actually, of a previous series. I've never read the older series, the older Supreme series. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know it was a series until I saw the artwork for this online and wanted to check out, if there was any backstory I needed to know for it. As far as I know, you don't need to read any of the earlier series. You can just jump right in. It's a new arc. Doesn't require you to have any prior knowledge. The writer for this is Warren Ellis, and I love Warren Ellis. I love sci-fi. When Warren Ellis does sci-fi, I pick it up. When Warren Ellis puts something out, I pick it up. This is a sample of the art up front here. Very nice, very sharp, very nice coloring, very detailed. And it works with the surreal vibe of the story. Otherwise, I have no idea what happened in this issue. It's definitively a sci-fi-esque title, but there was science, and then there was super secret organization man and a reporter. The reporter character meets some very interesting, I don't know if they're like actual people, if they're the embodiments of concepts or what, but I just feel like everything that it's given me so far is going to lead into a really, really cerebral story. It was supremely interesting, and I want to know more. I read it and I was like, what is this? What just happened? Who hit me? Hit me again. I want to know what's going on. Pick it up. If it's a new title, pick it up, read it with me. Let me know what you thought, because I want to know other people's opinions on this. Because I read it and I really enjoyed it, but again, I have no idea what I just read. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it, but I don't know why I enjoyed it. Maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe we'll enjoy it. We can do this together. Believe.
For my next review, I'm going to be going over something that I really don't like this series. I'm going to be going over Wolverine and the X-Men. Wolverine and the X-Men. This series, I was all like, oh sweet, they're starting off at 1 again, I can start picking it up, I can catch up. It's issue 6. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I don't think the artists know what's going on. I don't know what the writers are thinking. Nothing is making sense. They're starting a new arc once they hit 7. I'm dropping this series. It's not good. I mean, it could be worse. It could be Future's End. But it's not. They could really shape it up in the next arc. But I'm dropping it until I hear that it's picked up at all. I have nothing good to say about it. I have nothing bad to say about it. Do with the pink hair. Quentin Quire, I want to know, aside from being the Phoenix, why is he important? Like, is he just some dude who's eventually going to be important, so now he's important? Oh, no, wait, one good thing. There's the kid that's supposed to be like Apocalypse. He looks kind of cool. So, this series, these last arcs, and this last issue I'm picking up, is getting a 4 out of 10 for disappointing me so bad, but still looking okay. Except for the first couple pages in which everyone looks like they've aged. I think they're supposed to be maybe at most 17, and they all look like they're 70. I remember looking at Quentin. I'm just like, why is Quentin an old man? What happened in the last issue that I forgot? And I realized nothing happened. Art happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Our review of the newest New 52, Future's End. Issue 12. 12, it is issue 12.
It's 12.
Look at that, I got it.
It's 12. We get lost sometimes because they all just kind of become a mesh.
Blur together. So, Mr. Hueth, what are our thoughts?
Our thoughts? I think our thoughts are...
Yeah. You may remember 2 episodes ago, we were hopeful.
Oh.
And then we weren't hopeful.
Oh, yeah.
And then last week we didn't talk about it. But we weren't hopeful.
No.
And then this week...
I think this was one that, like, your first look through it, you're like, oh, I guess something happened.
Yeah.
And then an hour later you realized, no, there's only one interesting thing that happened.
I mean, I will say they did a surprisingly good job at keeping this issue very focused.
It's not too much of a spoiler if you're this far with us, as I'm sure you are. You'll know in the last issue, Voodoo was introduced again.
Why?
And now Voodoo's home girl with the hair, who I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Or if we're supposed to know who she is.
I don't think anyone cares.
I feel like I guess they're gonna team up with some twins and
Psychotic, chubby guy.
living with Grifter, teaming up with Grifter.
Hey,
he was in earlier.
Hey,
issues.
to each his own.
Something did happen. One thing happened. One
Okay.
thing actually happened. So in the scene with Amethyst and Frankenstein and Hawkman,
Yeah.
they are ambushed by some creatures, and the creatures bear a specific symbol on them. You may remember we were having an argument recently about another creature on Earth, whether it was or was not a popular Superman villain.
It
Brainiac.
is not. Oh, well, there it is.
But it's obvious at this point that Brainiac is having something to do with what's happening with
Wait a
Brother
minute.
Iron.
You're telling me that there is a cataclysmic event that happens in the DC universe, and Brainiac's a part of it?
I know, it's crazy. They never use Brainiac.
Whoa.
Nobody uses
What?
Brainiac. Lois Lane wasn't just recently possessed by Brainiac. He didn't just cause all of Metropolis and Smallville to, like, fall asleep. Nope, never happened. Brainiac, we never see him. There's no way he's involved.
Not at all.
But if DC is going out of the box, there are definitely some giant clues
that say Brainiac
is involved.
Yeah, it's looking like that's going to be like the big reveal. That's going to be, oh, Brainiac, and then you'll sit there like, I just read through probably like we're on 12, so 20 comics for them to finally say it was Brainiac.
This series has made me much more interested for the Earth 2, Earth 1 war.
Oh yeah,
than it has
definitely.
this actual series.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm with you now. I'm of the opinion that what they're gonna do is this whole story is gonna play out. McGinnis is gonna find a way to go further into the past to stop the whole thing from happening. Why? Why is it all happening? Why is Brainiac doing this? Why has no one figured it out yet? This is terrific. It's your technology up there. What the hell?
Okay, if you are still picking up this series, stop picking it up. Read it. Don't pick it up.
Yeah.
Stop giving them money for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them my money, though, because, well, we have to supply you with this.
I'll say we're gonna give them our money so that you don't have to.
But if it picks up, we'll let you know. But
Definitely.
right now, it's definitely, like, you should probably drop it. Alright, so do we have any final scores on this issue?
I don't know. They gave us something. It was a very small something. We both immediately forgot about it after reading the comic. I had 6 out of 10. I know that seems very generous for all of the negativity I'm expressing with my face, or at least I hope I am. They don't just put a reveal like that at the end. An actual reveal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. This was an actual ending for this one.
I just realized. That's how bad this comic is that makes us forget the good things about it.
He's not kidding. It's
Like-
just you finishing all you can focus on.
I'm just like, oh, this is so bad. And then, oh, hey, there's the Brainiac thing. Oh, hey, there's the last couple panels. I'm sitting there like, these were awesome things. Why can I not remember these things? If you're reading it, tell us your opinions on the last, like, couple pages. If you're wondering why I didn't give this a score, this one, it's because I can't even think of anything good to say about it. There's good things I totally forgot. We'll try again on the next one.
Yeah, that's right. You'll see us next week.
So, thank you for watching this episode. Remember, leave us a comment so we know if you like it or not. Because, I mean, come on, you like it.
Now, come on. We know. Tell us. Don't be shy.
It's okay, you can tell us. We won't tell anyone.
Look at his face. That's a man who can keep a secret. But yes, comment, message us, tweet us. He's the only one who does the tweeting in this relationship.
Only tweets.
Only tweets.
All tweets, no tweets. Nothing but tweets.
Tweety bird.
Tweets. Alright, and as always, remember who you are, what you are.
Don't go cause any trouble out there in that crazy world.
And Carrie has something she wants to say to you.
Do I have to say something?
Just did. Thank you for watching our videos. You just kept saying, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
You and I.